Hello, I am Michelle,
And I'm Natalie the Red.
and we are Force of I Entertainment. Well, guys, the mob is at it again.
I wish I could say I was surprised, but unfortunately not so much.
Yes, and this time they have their eyes. Their eyes are locked on to Bill Burr, who of course has been in 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, and it almost feels like it almost feels like that they have their eyes set on him because he was one of the few actors that had the audacity to kind of say some nice things about Gina Carano after she was resigned from Lucasfilm.
And it wasn't even really a heavy defense, I would say. It was just kind of like, she's a sweetheart,
Yeah.
Him being him, he might have added some explicits or
yeah, but in today's world, that is a no-no.
Right.
When a company or when the mob decides to cancel someone,
that a person is evil.
Yes, that they have to be removed from the face of the earth. You are not to even say they are a decent human being, or you yourself are in danger of being canceled because of guilt by association.
Right.
So Bill Burr is not Bill Burr. Bill Burr is he's on their eyes. They're watching him. Yes. And we see that because this past Sunday, the Grammys were on, which who even knew the Grammys were on, by the way?
I didn't.
Apparently Beyonce won an award, and I didn't even know Beyonce had a song. I mean, when was her?
Was it the one with Megan Thee Stallion?
I don't know. I don't think I've heard it, but okay.
It's not The Stallion, it's The Stallion.
I guess I'm just out of the music game at this point for the most part. It is what it is at this point.
If you don't have jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain.
So that's the song.
Okay. I can relate, honestly.
Okay. Well, so anyways, Bill Burr had a moment where he got to present, I believe, best Latino song or Latin song
or Latino artist.
Latino artist, okay,
of the year, yeah.
And in Bill Burr fashion, he made a comment about how all the white feminists were going to be upset with him,
with the cisgender, white male
presenting this award.
So I guess that was enough.
Yes,
for people to be triggered.
Yeah, triggered. And
I mean, guys, he is a comedian.
Yes, he is a comedian. And anyway, so then the hate mob went to their favorite place to hate people, the internet, but specifically Twitter.
Yes.
Twitter, which can be a hive of villainy, of scum and villainy, as Obi-Wan would say. They went there to attack Bill Burr and call him a racist. The funny thing about that funny fact about that is that Bill Burr has been married to an African-American woman.
Has children with.
Yes.
A black woman.
Yes, and they're mad, and they called her, actually. What's so interesting is how people calling someone a racist use racial slurs against his wife.
Right.
It's just unbelievable, really.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't. And even the Olympic, the gymnastics, the mental gymnastics that are done to come to some of these conclusions. I mean, they were saying, there's tweets about how it's racist, how it's white supremacists who like to marry African-American women.
Right.
And it's like, in what world does that even make sense?
And I just want to ask really quick, and leave it in the comments, if you are black or African-American, which do you prefer to be called black, or do you prefer to be called African-American?
Well, I mean, and technically, I know an African-American who's white because he's from South Africa, but he is an African-American.
Because I don't know. I just, I think it's like we're all American. It's like if I went around saying I'm a European American.
Yeah.
If we've been here for centuries practically, I mean, we're American, we're black or white or Asian or whatever.
Now, I have a teacher who is African-American. He grew up in Nigeria.
Right.
And he moved over here.
So he would be an African-American.
Yes.
Right.
But regardless of what you prefer to be called, I'm just called white. I'm a white woman. It doesn't bother me. It's not offensive.
You don't have to call me European American or Caucasian.
Yeah, or Welsh American or Welsh/Irish with a little bit of a Native American.
We're not offended. You don't have to get all that in there.
Yeah, we don't care. But they'll probably try to cancel us for this video now. But anyways, so the mob, they just come after Bill Burr he was joking, he was laughing, and as Natalie said, he's a comedian. Like he's, of course, going to pick on certain things that are in real life.
That's kind of their thing as a comedian, to say kind of controversial or daring things.
And it's not meant to be offensive. It is meant to cause a laugh. And I actually kind of felt for Bill Burr, because it was a very small audience that was actually there.
Right.
And it was a tough crowd, man.
You could like feel it watching it, you know?
Which is, I think, why he even just kind of made the joke, because he felt awkward.
You almost, I was going to say, you could almost tell that he felt awkward.
Yeah, definitely. But regardless, the mob, the way they've come at him, the way they've now called him a white supremacist for marrying a black woman, is just absolutely absurd. And I think the favorite one, this one guy's tweet who got ratioed to the moon and back. But anyways, he not only said that it's white supremacists who like to marry black women, but then he also made the accusation of calling wives, so women who get married, sex slaves.
Wow.
And that was a very interesting comparison, because I am unaware of women in today's society being purchased at the altar when they go to get married.
Like, I'll take that one.
Yes. So it's just like, guys, what century, not even what decade, what century are you living in? Like that just doesn't happen in our society. It just doesn't.
Right.
And just the absurdity of people coming at Bill. And here's the thing. Their eyes are set on Bill because anyone who challenges this nonsense, they hate.
The non-woke.
Yes. And they're going to come after Bill. They're going to continue to come after Bill, and pretty much until they're successful.
And the crazy thing is, I highly doubt that Bill Burr is like some big conservative or anything.
No, he's not.
No.
We know he's definitely not. But it doesn't matter.
It's gotten so far. If you're not just totally woke, you are cancelable. You know, you are ripe for the picking.
Well, if you're not talking the way you're supposed to be talking, using the lingo that they require and not saying the things, they want you to self-censor, basically. Don't say things that we don't approve of you saying, and nothing he said was offensive. That's the absurdity of all this. And basically, I think since the Gina Carano situation, they're like sharks that they sense blood in the water, and they're attacking, like they're coming for whoever they can. Chris Pratt, Bill Burr, it's just whoever they can try to cancel, they're going to keep coming after them. Why? Because Lucasfilm, and there's actually an excellent article that some general, I can't remember if it's a male or female, that Forbes did. And it talked about the dangerous precedent that Disney set by firing Gina Carano, and basically the hypocrisy of the fact that she was fired where Pedro Pascal, nothing was done.
Right.
But regardless of that, they set a dangerous precedent of, if a group on the internet fusses, we will now blackball that person to where they can't even get a job in this industry.
It's rewarding bad behavior.
It is. It is. It's absolutely rewarding bad behavior. And I say all that to say, I don't expect the nonsense to stop with Bill Burr. I expect them to continue to come after him, because you just rewarded them with Gina Carano, that if you harass us enough with nonsense, we'll eventually give in and give you all, you crybabies, what you want. And it's just time again, guys. We live in a society, you know, what happened to the old expressions of sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words can never hurt me? Now it's like your words will deeply cut me, offend me, and I will go to the internet and I will make sure you are canceled and that you are thrown out of society permanently.
Well, and I want to say this, can words hurt us? Absolutely.
Yes, they can.
And, you know, I consider myself, and, you know, do some research on if this is a real thing, a highly sensitive person. Your nervous system is different from the start. Your intake of stimulus is more intense. And do we all have personal triggers, most likely? Yeah,
Sure.
we do. Absolutely, as individuals. But this is like a manufactured...
But even in that, we all have to learn when people are talking, is a person trying to offend you? Even when that happens. And if they're not, if you can judge they're not, then you've got to shake it off. Like, you have to in life.
Like, if I was crushed every time I read, oh man, all redheads are ugly, or National Kick a Ginger Day, or, all these things that I've read, or, ooh, they have red hair, don't want to touch them. That was on the show Scrubs.
Well, maybe you should take up the cause and become a cancel artist and cancel everyone.
Hey, to be honest, we're only 2% of the world, so we're a pretty small minority. But it's like then I'd go cry in a cave somewhere, I guess. But it's just like I try not to. It's like dwell on these things.
And we all have something.
We all have something that we know that people like to make fun of, maybe, or something, or that makes us different.
And again, it comes back to just be lighthearted. But as Natalie, I think you're going to say that's not what these people. They're not even genuinely offended by this stuff.
That's what I was. It's like a counterfeit offense.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like I said, I can totally understand. We all deep down have our personal triggers. I know I do. And things that bother us, but I really try not to react, and certainly not go get on the internet and try and destroy someone's life or career over it.
But again, that's talking about more serious.
Yeah, and I'm talking about more serious issues. Not even red hair. Don't take that. I mean, I can get past that easily. I've learned to, but
But we're talking about this. A comedian made a joke.
Right.
And now we're offended. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. But guys, if we don't begin to stand up, and thank goodness people are, I think the majority of people don't like this. That's just the bottom line. But if the companies keep rewarding bad behavior, then it's going to continue. So let's hope that they learn something and that they don't keep rewarding such behavior.
And I think the bottom line too is, like, I could almost get behind, there are so many more serious issues in the world than Bill Burr, Dr. Seuss, Mr. Potato Head. Like, I think that's the point, that people are at least waking up to, like, this is crazy.
Yeah, like, there is legit stuff that should get our attention in society, but we're focused on Bill Burr's joke. Like, that's where we are. So
and outrage over it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
manufactured outrage, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But fortunately, at this point, I don't think they're going to be able to cancel Bill Burr, because it would just be so insane. It's unbelievable.
And some of these people on the internet, and I'm not trying to be mean at all. I really am, like, saying from a psychological perspective, maybe, like, first of all, who hurt you? But it's like, maybe you've got years of stuff going on, and I'm saying this in a sensitive way, that it's like, maybe it's not this, that you're looking to be outraged by something, and maybe it's not that at all. Maybe it's like something you need to go see a therapist for and deal, I'm serious, like, and deal with. And it's like, you're just looking to be offended, when it's like, really, you've got these issues.
Yeah. I mean,
time and money would be better spent. Dealing with it.
Yeah. The bottom line is, these people are miserable, and they're trying to make everyone else's lives miserable.
Exactly.
So go deal with why you're miserable. And then maybe you'll quit going to Twitter to try to cancel people. That
to try and ruin someone's life.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of it for today with Bill Burr.
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what this turned into today. But so that is it. Our thoughts on the Bill Burr situation. But thank you. And if you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Or if you're one of those who've been watching but haven't yet hit the subscribe button, go ahead.
You want to.
Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also give the video a thumbs up. And we are about to begin to kick into our Snyder Cut conversation. So be on the lookout for that, for those of you DC fans. But anyways, that is it for today's show. We will see you guys next time. And as always, remember to be a force of light. All right. Bye guys.